Hello, hello, and welcome everybody to the conversation. How are y'all doing? I hope you are having a wonderful and grand and awesome day. It is so wonderful to have everyone to join us on this evening. This is such an amazing day. And guess what? I just found out that today is National Doctors Day. And as
Yes,
you
it
can
is.
see, we have a doctor for the guest.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So awesome. So exciting. So
Good.
I want to welcome everybody to the conversation. Welcome Dr. Wiley to the conversation. The conversation is a space and a place where we have open, transparent, candid conversations where we're here being real. We have been relevant and definitely being relatable to our guests, and just helping them through their journey. I strongly believe that by us sharing our stories and sharing our journeys, that we help someone else on their journey and heal on their journey as well. And I want to welcome everyone to the conversation. If this is your first time joining the conversation, I want to say hello, welcome, and come back again. Now, if we are not connected, go ahead and connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and if you're in the YouTube world, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because the conversation comes on every Wednesday and we get down in conversations. All
Okay. Yes.
so, yes, but without any further ado, let me welcome in once again Dr. Wiley.
Thank
Hey.
you. Hey, girl. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, you look so
Absolutely.
beautiful. And look at that smile.
Thank you.
Y'all see Dr. Wiley smile.
You making me blush. Yes, but I am smiling. Thank God for
Yes.
that. Yes.
Who are you telling? Who are you telling? You're so absolutely right. But so I wanted you to tell the TC community, tell the conversation community just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Um, my name is, of course, Dr. Marilyn. I live in Maricopa, Arizona, and currently I am a hypnotherapist, and I am trying to launch my online boutique, which is the Love Yellow Boutique. It's a lot of fun doing that, and I have a background in clinical psychology, but I kind of changed it over a little bit to hypnotherapy because I'm more of a
Mm.
person that is um, no medications.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe in pumping medications in people and giving them a prescription and not a way to get off of it. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like, behavior is something that we can change without medicine. So I'm the more of the natural healing person,
Mm-hmm.
natural path, Reiki, chakra balancing, and things like that. And so for the most part, I just love helping and doing and giving to people
Mm-hmm.
to help them out in life.
Awesome. That's so wonderful. Now I know you was talking about the chakras, and can you give us just a little bit more information about the chakras, just for anyone that's in the TC community that might be listening that might not know exactly a lot about the chakras?
Okay, so the chakras is built around. It's more like a energetic field. All of us
Mm-hmm.
are made or of energy. We just a big
Mm-hmm.
ball of energy. A lot of people they don't understand that because without seeing it, a lot of times it's hard to prove things to people. But
Mm-hmm.
with your chakras, it's different parts of your body and the energy surrounding those parts that
Mm-hmm.
lets you know when something is blocked or it needs to be released in order
Mm-hmm.
for you to think or to feel. It's like a blockage there. And so when you're aligning the chakras, you go through techniques to tell you by either sometime feeling and presence and
Uh-huh.
doing muscle testing, or you can
Mm-hmm.
also, me, because I'm an empath, I can kind of feel it before I even start the Reiki process or the energy healing. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just seven energies in the body that needs to be corrected. And so
Mm.
I'm more of that energetic field, using the biofield to help people align instead of using medication.
Hmm. Oh,
Hmm.
wow. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with the TC community. Again, like I said, for anybody who didn't know about chakras, Dr. Wiley just um, I guess broke down and explained to us what chakras are and how our body is made up of energy and how we feel energy. And so definitely that just for anybody who might have seen them but
Yeah.
didn't know exactly what they were. And so she
Hmm.
definitely kind of helped and educated us and gave us some awareness of what chakras are. So thank you so much for that.
Hmm.
Thank you, thank you. But let's
Yes.
get into our topic of discussions for this evening of
Okay.
navigating the valley, navigating your valley. So, can you tell
Okay.
us a little bit of what your valley looked like and how did you navigate through it?
In this lifetime, I have had more than my share of
Mm,
valleys. I never questioned God as to why I'm going through these valleys. It's more or less show me how to maneuver while I'm there. Because a lot of people, when
yes.
they go through something in life, if you never experienced it before, you don't know how to deal with it. And so that's one thing that's for certain, things in life will happen.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most tragic valleys I think I encountered was the passing of my mother.
Mm,
And she died tragically.
mm-hmm.
And I think that was the turning point of my life that made me know and, you know, feel like, okay, life is bigger than just what I've been through my
Mm,
30 some odd years at that time. It was like
yes.
things always happen and you're always tried and tested. But when something really, really happens, and some people like to call it trauma or being
Mm-hmm.
traumatized,
Okay.
when stuff like that happen, you'll know that things that you dealt with before that you thought was hard, it's really not hard.
Mm. Okay
Okay.
now.
So there are certain traumatic events in your life that your life is never the same.
Mm,
It's not like getting a car repossessed or getting evicted. It's nothing like that. Okay. Because some trauma and tragedies, like losing someone, that's a definite no.
mm.
Anything we try to do, we can almost find a way to get a yes.
Uh-huh.
But when someone pass away, that's a definite no.
Yeah.
I want to get a car and this person turned me down for a loan and this person turned me down for a loan. That's hard to us. I can't get
Mm-hmm.
approved. I can't get a car. I can't do this. But when that real thing happens, all of that
Mm,
is minor. And some of those things, it put things into perspective when you do
mm-hmm.
go through trauma. Because when I went through the death of my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I could have done a lot of different things. I could have went a lot of different ways. I could have been angry. I could have been mad. I could have been, just depressed and just couldn't go on. But
Mm-hmm.
instead, I took that time to be quiet and
Right.
reflect on my past life and reflect
Okay.
on things that I could have done and should have done, but I can't anymore. So it's at
Mm.
that point you need to tell yourself, okay, I can't play, even though I can play Monday morning quarterback. I mean, you can't play Monday morning quarterback because the game is over. So whatever you do Monday, it really doesn't matter because the game is over. So at the
Okay.
point of losing my mom, that
Uh-huh.
game was over. So all those things that I took time out to be quiet and get still and reflect on, that reflection helped build me for the next thing because you never know what you can handle until you go through it.
Mm. That's
And
true.
so instead of me wallowing in depression and the unknown and not knowing exactly what happened to my mom,
Mm-hmm.
or who did what, I tried to channel that and keep my mind busy with something,
Mm-hmm.
because it's very easy to sit and not be doing anything, and that's when your mind wanders.
Yeah.
That's when your brain just take off, and it leads to thinking, like I say. But
Mm-hmm.
if I channel that attention to a book or reading or learning, it replaces the memories that you are putting in your head. Because if you're taking a course in school, you're kind of pushing it to the side so you can remember what it is you're trying to learn for a
Mm-hmm.
test or something you have to do at work. So I always try to keep myself busy instead of just sitting there twiddling my thumbs or giving myself free time to
Okay.
think about what happened. Okay, because
Okay.
I feel like everybody is going to go through something, but it should only be for a season. And a lot of
Mm.
people don't know themselves, therefore, they don't know their season. So they
That's
continue to
good.
hold on to things and don't know that it's okay that my mom passed away and I can still be happy. I can still laugh.
Mm.
I can still, it took me a while, but I could still talk about it. I could talk about her instead of me just holding that hurtful feeling there. I
Mm-hmm.
had to give myself permission to let it go and be okay with it.
Mm.
Okay. Even though I have not, we don't know what we should know or want to know about
Mm-hmm.
that situation. It serves no purpose for my emotions and my feelings to be stuck there. It's not
Wow.
productive.
That's good
And
right there.
yeah, so you have to, we are taught, even like when we're children, we're kids, we're taught that if this person wronged our daddy 10 years ago, all the
Mm-hmm.
children thereafter and the cousins and everybody else are supposed to hold on to punch my dad in the eye, my daddy punched him back in the eye. That's on them. That's their thing, you know.
You're right.
And how am I having this generational hatred for some people that wasn't even born when you got clocked in the eye? So
Mm.
you see what I'm saying? So we have
Uh-huh.
to learn and understand ourselves first to know that it's getting us to a negative place.
Uh-huh.
And when you feel that negative place, it's okay. Give it its
Mm-hmm.
time and give it its moment, but then you have to release it and let it go,
Yeah.
because there's more life to live.
Mm.
And if you keep holding on to that trauma, where is the rest going to go? It can't go
Mm.
anywhere. So that's when we lose control and lose our mind, because we're not processing and we're not accepting the fact that bad things happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do I miss my mom? Yes, tremendously.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it hurt to even think of the fact that she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get stuck with that because I'm still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So though she passed away, I still got to get up. I still got to breathe. I got to eat. As long as God put me here, obviously there's a purpose, or He would have took
Mm-hmm.
me. So in that time, I always say, be still, get quiet, because that's when you not only hear from God, but you hear from yourself. And we always say we are our own worst critic, but we never listen to ourselves.
Mm.
But then when
And
someone else tells it to us, oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
mhm. No, I was just going to ask you, and why do you think that is? Why do you think that we are our worstest critic, but then we won't listen to ourselves? Because at the same time, I know we're our worstest critic, but we also have good information. Like we're still, through our experiences, we still gain some wisdom. And
Right.
so, why is
Mm-hmm.
it that we won't pay attention and listen
Uh-huh.
to ourselves? Because I strongly, well,
Because it, go ahead.
oh no, I was going to say, because a part of me believes that when other people, when we share whatever we're thinking or going through with other people, I feel like
Mm-hmm.
they give us more of a confirmation
Okay.
versus they give us a confirmation of what we already kind of know on the inside. If I'm bringing that to make it
Hmm.
clearer, did I clear that up enough? I don't
Yeah,
know, Dr.
I
Wiley, help
understand.
me
It
out.
like they're validating your narrative for yourself. They're
Yes.
telling you or agreeing with what you feel or want them to agree with about you.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like people, they don't like to listen to themselves, because in
Mm.
order to do that, we have to accept the fact that we're flawed and we're not perfect.
Mm. Okay.
So if I agree with myself or I agree with you, then number one, it's reality that
Mm-hmm.
I need to accept. And number two, if it's something that I don't like, that's more work for me to do to try to change it.
Mm-hmm.
And we want things to be easy.
Mm.
We think things are supposed to just go according to plan or
Yes.
according to our plan.
Uh-huh.
And when it don't, we're going to throw that away and go to the next thing instead of dealing with whatever the issue is,
Yeah.
which that also constitute that um, historical trail of broken people or brokenness. Because it's
Mm.
things that you can address at the time that it happened, but we don't. And then we
Mm-hmm.
hold it in. And then sooner or later, we burst or we lose
True.
it or we break or something
Mm-hmm.
tragic happened and we didn't deal with something happened then. And then it's harder to bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll never tell anybody not to cry, not to be sad, not to,
Yes.
go through your moment, because that's a part of life. That's balance. But
Mm-hmm.
also a part of balance is knowing when it's time to balance. Because too
Mm-hmm.
much of one thing is not good, and too little of something is not good.
Mm-hmm.
So when you sit back and you tell yourself, okay, this doesn't feel good. I don't like how this make me feel. At
Mm-hmm.
that point, that's when you have to shift some things up. Is it
Mm-hmm.
easy? No.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how I look, or I feel like I need to lose weight, or I need to do this, but you're not putting in what it takes for you to do that. Or you do it
Mm-hmm.
2 or 3 days and it's too hard. So you put it down.
Mm-hmm.
So, or do you really have a problem because you have a weight issue?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you
Yeah.
looking at yourself according to what you think other people see?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, Dr. Wiley, I want you to kind of comment a little bit on this comment where it says that some are taught to dwell on pain. And so I know definitely like that we have learned behaviors. So
Uh-huh.
can you talk a little bit about the learned behaviors of emotions where, as you
Okay.
were saying, that we shouldn't be stuck
Okay.
emotionally, and they're in certain places and spaces in our
Mhm.
lives that we
Right.
have to have balance. And
Mhm.
so with this comment of saying that some are taught to dwell on pain, can you talk a little bit about that?
When specifically for me, and in
Okay.
the growing up African American female,
Yes.
when I say you are taught something, I'm going to give you an example.
Okay.
When you're a child, well, when I was a child, if the church bell rang, we gonna be in church, okay? And we going to church, we going to Sunday school, we going to vacation Bible study, we doing everything that is church related.
Mm-hmm.
So most people think because you got that spiritual grounding there, that that's how you supposed to be or that's who you are. And you're really not. You were doing what you were taught to do. And as you
Mm-hmm.
grow, you teach
Yes.
that to another person. But it's like we are not forced, but we are taught. Now, you know, you should be in church. You know, you should go to church. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of stuff, but I know my God enough to know that a church won't determine if I get into heaven or not.
Mm-hmm.
It will help for me to gather with like-minded people to get
Yeah.
the strength, the encouragement in the word. But there are a lot of people that's in the church that do the same thing that people outside the church do.
Yeah,
So where
that's
you
true.
worship him, it's the same people. It's not the building, it's the people.
Mm-hmm.
The church people can give you bad influence.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say we are taught to hold on to things, the same
Mm-hmm.
thing with pain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because we lost a child, or because we, um, let's say this, molestation.
Okay.
Because I was molested as a child, I have to hate all men. Because I was molested as a child, I have to um, become an alternative person than who I
Okay.
want to be or who I choose to be. And we hold on to that. And I have people that used to come and see me in office, 65 years old, and still stuck with trauma that happened when they were a child because they never found
Mm.
their voice to confront it, and they never knew how to
Mm.
release it and let it be. Yeah, that's okay. It happened. I'm not
Yeah.
embarrassed. That's a part of life, but that doesn't define the rest of my life.
Yes.
And
So
so
true.
people, yeah, and people hold on to things in pain and they just wear it around. And even
Mm.
though it's like they're always hiding, because I know what happened, they don't know. But if they look at you wrong, do they really know?
Mm.
But if you leave it there, it is what it is. I'm not saying that a person should not hurt. I'm not saying that people are not traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
What I am saying is what we're teaching children. I would have probably benefited more from someone teaching me how to release hate and anger
Ooh.
more than teaching me to go to church. Because I can go to church and I sit up in there and be mad. I probably say hallelujah and everything else and get up and go home singing church music and then hell in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Teach me how to maneuver around the anger. Teach me
Yeah.
how to still have my dignity and still tell a person how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so as we are growing, and these people coming to me like um, children of people that were Jehovah Witnesses,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of males that's scarred now because of that.
Really.
And because they decided to say, okay, that's the religion you chose for you. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do this. I want a Christmas present. I want this. And then it caused a rift.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got a battered childhood that you've lived with your whole life. And now you have more dysfunction because now your family is broken because now you're exercised from your family.
Mm-hmm.
So, but coming into knowing that it's okay to be who you are and not have to live the narrative that someone else have set for you,
Mm-hmm.
that's a powerful moment. And
That
I
is.
believe it's at that moment people grab hold of their emotional intelligence. And what I mean by that is I know what makes me feel good and I know what makes me feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to do what I need to do to help me get through this yucky space so I can get back to that thing that I know makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of staying stuck with, I don't feel good. Don't talk to me. Don't call me. Don't look at me. Nothing. Just leave me alone. I'm going to shut out my blinds.
In isolation. Mm-hmm.
And, and people do that.
And they do. They do. So how would you guide one to navigate or maneuver through
Mhm.
that type of pain and anger?
Okay. Is it pain and anger from the past, or is it you're saying like someone made you mad today?
Pain and anger from the past. Because I know
Okay.
we have one comment where her mother passed away
Hmm.
and her fiance passed away. So like just navigating through all of that, like because
Okay.
with that you build up pain, you build up
Right.
anger.
Uh-huh. And
Mm-hmm.
so in that situation, is this the one with the okay, and her dad suffered through emotions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Valley, with death, it's one thing, well, it's a few things that's a part of life that we know are going to happen.
Yes. Okay.
The the hurt comes from the impact of the shock of it,
Mm.
because now it affects you differently than if somebody down the street passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody down the street passed away, or you watch the news, that's life, people die. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a sad story. But when it hit home,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that's totally different. And you can't just not feel those real emotions. You are going to be sad. You're going to be angry. You're going to probably, I don't like to use the word depression. I say blue or in a funk. Okay.
Okay.
You're going to be blue. You're going to go into a funk. But what I'm saying is, once you grab the reality of this was going to happen one day or another,
Mm-hmm.
and I have no control over that, it doesn't make it better, but it begins the understanding
Mm-hmm.
of how life and how the world operates. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a
Okay.
religious person, that is the foundation of everything. I'm not in control of nothing. God's in
Mm-hmm.
control of everything, and He
Everything.
makes no mistakes. And I
Yes.
can't continuously say that I trust Him to get me through this, but choose to hold on to it.
Mm.
And it's a difficult thing to do. When I was going through, it was more of appreciation or a gratitude for God to even allow me the opportunity to know my mom.
Mm.
So they say you got to find the good in the bad.
Yes.
The good is my mom gave me siblings, a gift that keeps on giving. And they having kids that, she gave me the breath of life. And we're all here for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So when that purpose is up, even though the selfish part of us hurts, and that's okay, we have to ask ourselves, how long will we allow that to hold us down?
Mm.
There's a difference in grieving and getting over your grief, and grieving and never get over it.
Mm.
And some
Oh,
people don't think it's okay to get over it. And you can't, I mean, if you don't,
you'll be
what
stuck.
is it been right? And that's what I mean by negative emotions, trapped emotions, those negative trapped emotions. It's generational. And it's like you get it there and you think, oh, well, I can't do this because this happened. I can't laugh because this Mother's Day because I don't have my mother. I can't. That's
Yeah.
that's not true. That's not so.
Mm.
And I don't know if I'm frozen or not,
No,
but
no, you're back. You're back.
oh,
You're back. Yes.
okay. But yeah, I
Oh.
know any other way to put it than being able to sit down and grab a hold of what life really is.
Mhm.
It's not what we want it to be.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Dr. Wiley, you done spoke some words tonight. You done spoke some words. Look, I don't know about y'all, TC community. I don't know if you grab what she was saying, but Dr. Wiley has definitely dropped some things for us, and she has taught us and brought awareness to how we navigate through our valleys. One
Hmm.
thing I want to say is I know that everyone's valley is not going to look the same.
Exactly.
But one thing about the valley is everyone's valley is a low point in their life. So
Absolutely.
again, all of them aren't going to look the same, but
Hmm.
all of them are a low point in someone's life. And as Dr. Wiley told us in the beginning, as far as traumatic experiences, we all have traumatic experiences. But then once we have certain experiences to happen in our life or events happen in our life, we will realize that me not being approved for a car weighs no weight compared to me losing my mother, my father, my grandmother, my grandfather, my child.
Hmm.
Then you will start to look at life from a different perspective, hopefully, because
Hmm.
then she also talked to us about being stuck,
Hmm.
being stuck in a place where we can't come out of because we're full of so much pain, so much hurt, and so much grief that we won't give ourselves permission to be sad,
Hmm.
but also go through the process of moving along in our journey because we're still here living.
Exactly. Hmm. And a
Yeah.
lot of times I see people would come in for a particular reason or
Mm-hmm.
something that they feel like is a current thing happening.
Mm-hmm.
But humans have a way of being mad about something, and that's not what they're really mad at.
Mm. That's true. Yeah.
So it's displaced. So they're putting it on this. But when you really
Mm-hmm.
sit down and listen to people, you'll get the story. And the
Mm-hmm.
story didn't just start when this new thing just occurred. It
Mm-hmm.
happened long ago and it was never addressed. So
Mm-hmm.
the safest way for them to let it out is to let it out on something that makes sense. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad at this that happened to me when I was young. That doesn't make sense to me. Why did that happen to me?
Mm-hmm.
Why couldn't it happen to someone else? But
Mm-hmm.
then something really happened. Like I'm not even gonna make that joke. But you have an Oscar moment, and you're mad about that, and then now everything falls down when it's not even about the Oscar moment. This goes
Yeah.
deeper than the Oscar
Did that.
moment.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So true. So true.
Uh-huh. And
Mhm.
so I just feel like if you're going to find your happiness or your peace in life, you give things its
Mhm.
time and its season and have that self-awareness to know I don't like where I am. I don't like how I'm feeling. And I'm
Mhm.
committed to getting myself back to that feeling to make me feel good.
Mm.
And on that journey, are you going to run into something else? Yeah, but you got more space to hold it.
Mm. I like that. I like that.
Because
It's
it's
almost what it reminds me of is like sometimes we have to empty out our emotional cup.
there you have it.
And
Absolutely.
so we have to have a period of releasing and
Mhm,
purging in order so we can fill our cup up, emotional cup, with
mhm.
other things because we're gonna continue to have other experiences to happen in
Right.
our life. Oh, that is so good,
Mhm.
Dr. Wiley. Girl.
Yeah, girl. Hey, we have to make, we are such a hoarding kind of people. We just got stuff, just stuff, just stuff, just stuff. Okay, when
Uh-huh.
are you going to release it? And one of the things I would tell people that feel like they're stuck emotionally or they have some type of trapped emotion,
Mm-hmm.
people say, "Oh, well, I like to go to the beach and I like to go to the, sit by the water." That's great, but the way energy and your body and mind works,
Mm-hmm.
it should be in tune.
Mm.
If you go and sit by a beach and you got something that's heavy on your mind, or you have something that you want to release and be done and through with it, the beach is not the natural energetic surrounding that you want,
Mm-hmm.
because the waves go out, and guess what they do?
They
They
come
come
back
right back.
in.
They go out and they bring it right back in. You
Dr.
want
Wiley,
something
you
that's
preaching.
flowing. You want water. You want this. You want to sit by a river. You want to sit by a running faucet or a waterfall because that's flowing. And when that water
Mm-hmm.
flow, that water isn't coming back. So you're releasing it and you're letting it go. You're not letting the waves wash it out and come back. You're releasing it. It's gone. It's gone down the river. So when you know stuff like this in your body can feel it, and I believe
Mm-hmm.
everybody have it. Mine probably a little bit more pronounced because I'm probably a widow, but if you go outside with no shoes on and just put your feet flat on the ground
Mm-hmm.
and just stay there, you will feel a different charge than you feel walking around in shoes every day.
Mm.
And don't take my word for it. Do it.
You know what? Mm. Okay, that's what that reminds me of is when God was speaking to Moses, and
Uh-huh.
Moses was at the burning bush, and he told him to
Okay.
take off his sandals.
Uh-huh.
Of course, we know because of the place being holy, but again, due to the energy charge that was in his place, so he had to be flat footed to be able
Yep.
to feel that energy that God was going to pull or have in him so that he can know that I am is speaking to him. Dr. Wilder, girl, you better.
We are made from the earth. We are a part of the earth. And I am AME. Well, I grew up AME. I went to a Baptist church.
Mm-hmm.
I Anything that suits my spiritual walk and connect me to God, I'm not ashamed of it and I'm not shying away from it. I'm going to get to him by any means necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So I am one of those people that, I go to Sedona. It's one of the seven vortex of the world where people
Mm-hmm.
that's energetically inclined go.
Okay.
And I feel stuff. I see stuff. I feel stuff. And I'm okay with it. I wasn't okay with it for a long, long time because I didn't understand it. And people are
Mm-hmm.
afraid of things they don't know. So, but once I start to embrace that energy and that light and that feeling, I learn more about who I am. And so
Mm-hmm.
people always shun people that, women or people that have crystals and all this, and that's bad, and that's this, and it's voodoo and all this. Where did we come from?
Mm-hmm.
The earth. Who made it? God. So who are you to say that something that God made is not good for me?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's my natural environment.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you can't see it or feel it, I know what I need to feel connected or to get my divine intervention.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just, I guess, unorthodox, if you want to say that.
No.
I have to relate things so people can understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And when you put that into practice, because I have to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not perfect. I'm not one of those people that have an answer every time I'm blue or in a funk.
Mm-hmm.
But I know at a certain time, okay, if I ain't out this funk, I'm gonna get up and do what I gotta do anyway, because I gotta break it. Because I don't want to be here too
Yes.
long, because that makes it harder to get out of it.
Yes. That's
So
true.
you pray, you take a deep breath and say, okay, I gotta get up. I got something to do. And same when I had migraines, since my surgeries, I don't have migraines anymore to that
Mm-hmm.
nature. But I used to give that thing my whole day, the whole week if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't come in. My head hurts. I
Mm.
don't want to wake up. My head hurts. I take my medicine. My head hurts. It wasn't until I took control of the migraine and stopped letting it take over
Control
me
you.
that I was able to function even having a migraine. Because, all right, migraine, I acknowledge you. I feel you. You there. Have your way for about 45 minutes. After that, I got stuff to do. So in 45 minutes, wherever it is, I got to go on with my life because I can't lay there and let it control me or I'll miss out on stuff I have to do.
Yeah.
And we have the power to do that. And we have a problem owning our power in owning our mind.
Mm.
And a mind could be good or bad.
And you are right. You are right, because if we allow the intrusive thoughts that come in to take over, then you're
Absolutely.
right. The mind can be good or bad. Ooh,
Yep. Take yourself where you want to go.
that's a nugget right there.
I
You can
know.
take yourself where you want to go.
Close your eyes, lay down, and use this.
Mm-hmm.
Do anything that you want to do. Do you know how many people I don't curse that girl up here? I could be on and they just going, and I don't gave them a 2 piece and an Oscar. And they ain't even know,
Look,
but it just feel good. I'm thinking I'll just, but
and you say,
it's a powerful thing. Mind is a powerful thing.
Ooh, oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. This is
All
so
right.
good. I had something to say about the displaced emotions, but I really can't even remember. But
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you're fine, because this has been so good. This has been a blessing. Like, this right
Okay.
here has been so good. I can just tell by the comments that the TC community is definitely appreciative. They have enjoyed it. And like I say, this has just
Awesome.
been awesome and amazing. And Dr. Wiley, I thank you so much for coming on the conversation, for gracing the TC community with your presence and your knowledge and your information and the encouragement that you have given them. So this is
Absolutely.
so
My
awesome.
pleasure.
And thank you so much, because,
You're welcome.
navigating through our valleys is hard. It's really hard.
Absolutely.
And so with what you have shared with us, the information you share with us, the wisdom that you share with us, we just want to say thank you so much. And you guys, TC community, look, this is how you can connect with Dr. Wiley. Definitely connect with her. If you have any more questions, like, hit her up in the slide in her DMs. Ain't that what the
That's
young
right.
ones say?
The right slide,
No,
okay?
oh,
Do
yeah,
the
no.
right slide. Wrong slide, you down now. Just do the right slide and you good.
Look, don't slide in there all lopsided. Slide in there
Yeah,
the
and
right way.
I don't need pictures. I don't need pictures. Just type text is good. No pictures.
But
And
definitely, you
hello to
guys.
everybody that's saying hello. My aunt, my sister. I see a lot of my siblings
Yes.
on here. Thank you guys for joining in. I appreciate it.
Yes.
And anytime you need me on, just let me know.
Oh, definitely. Because now the connection is right here. So don't
It's
go
there,
nowhere.
girl. Hey, it's there. We gotta come on the couch too, so it's there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Look, I told you I'm ready. Like, you just let me
I,
know where you want me to be at, because I'm ready. I'll be in the place.
okay. All right. I'll call you on that.
Yes. So now, something else I definitely wanted to share with the TC community. You guys, I did a thing, and I am so excited that I have created my journal.
Ah, look at there. Go, girl.
Yes. So we have our
Love
journal.
it.
Yes. And
Wow.
so they are available on Amazon. So if you go to
Okay.
Amazon under my name, you will find the journal. Andrea Brown Flintroy. You can find the journals, and many more journals are going to come. So don't think I'm going to stop here. It's so many more. It's filled with affirmations, a place where you write down your thoughts,
Mhm.
process your thoughts, explore
That's
your thoughts,
wonderful.
and really get your thoughts out. I believe, like, writing down on pen and paper, it brings a different type of self-awareness. And then
Right.
when we come back and look at it and reflect, it brings a different type of self-discovery also. So, hey, don't knock
Yes.
journaling. Go ahead and jump in
I know.
and get this one.
You can see your own growth in your own words through
Yes,
your. Mhm.
definitely. See, y'all see
Yeah.
Dr. Wiley hitting y'all with this stuff. Get this journal.
Yeah. Thank
But
you so
again,
much.
thanks everyone for being on. Again, thank you, Dr. Wiley, for gracing us with your presence. TC community, I'll see y'all again next week. Again, if you are new to the conversation, come back next Wednesday. We are here every Wednesday, having transparent, candid discussions about our journey, our stories, helping someone else to heal on their journey.
Yes.
So come back here every Wednesday. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and if you are in the YouTube world, hit that subscribe button so we can stay connected. All right. All right. And I want y'all to know that I love y'all. Y'all have a great evening. And remember to always show the world who you are and don't allow the world to tell you who you are. Have a blessed evening and good night.
Good night. Thanks for having me.